Democratic presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren has unveiled how she plans to pay for her Medicare for All plan. Her price tag about $52 trillion over a decade. The Massachusetts senator is continuing to pledge she would not raise taxes on middle-class families to pay for her plan. Instead, she wants to increase payroll taxes on employers and another wealth tax on people who have a net worth over $1 billion. One of her opponents, former Vice President Joe Biden, released a campaign statement calling the plan, quote, mathematical gymnastics, and said the bill would eventually trickle down to the middle class. Since I am anchoring for a few days here, I decided to bring in some star power. You see that star power right here, Neil Cavuto. Mr. Cavuto, thank you so much for joining me.
An honor, Chris. By the way, you're making this look a lot too easy, all right? So just stumble and, I don't know, screw up, but you're making it a little too easy.
That's what I like, is that we all wish each other the best here on Fox News.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're hardly good about it, yeah.
So, Senator Warren says she can pay for Medicare for all without hitting the middle class. Can she?
Not the way the program is detailed. She actually says her plan to cover everyone is about $20.5 trillion. The Urban Institute and others have priced it more close to $34-35 trillion. The goal here is just to keep overall health care spending, whatever you want to say, including existing monies, to around $52 trillion over 10 years. But she socks it to a lot of people. $8.8 trillion in new taxes on corporations, rich folks, $6 trillion, lifting it up from a 3% to a 6% surtax on the billionaires, beyond just the millionaires. Tougher enforcement that she says she could extract $2.3 trillion in added savings over the years. That's been tried before and oftentimes not with much success. Almost $1 trillion in a Wall Street transaction tax that every time you buy or sell a stock, bond, whatever you have, Chris, you'll get that amount of money. The fact of the matter is, though, that the middle class would pay more into this plan because the things that they now pay for themselves, like premiums and a tax advantage account, if you don't have individual private health insurance, the premiums you were in these tax advantage accounts, they go away. Your taxable income goes up, so they would pay more under that. She minimizes the impact of that, but it would amount to about $1.5 trillion over 10 years coming directly from folks like that over the course of this plan.
Neil, I want to ask you about another aspect of it, which is this huge new hike in employer payroll taxes. What would that mean? My company is paying a lot more in payroll taxes. They say, well, yeah, but they're not going to be paying for health insurance. But could the middle class be conceivably hit in terms of lower salaries for workers or even some job cuts?
Well, remember, both sides pay that, right? If you think about it, you pay into that, they pay into that, and then whatever you get besides that is something that's just added gravy to Uncle Sam. The bigger issue, I think, here is looking at money as sort of a static kind of a thing. And Chris, that is unrealistic. We've already learned in states that have tried these surtaxes on the wealthy that the wealthy move, or they find other ways, or they go someplace else. We're seeing that in California, where a lot of them just skipped over the border, gone to Nevada. Now, many billionaires, and I've talked to a few of them, as have you on your show, who just, I discovered they got that way because they're pretty shrewd with their money and finding alternatives and alternative places to go. So that's not a static number, and expecting you can get that is probably a bit unrealistic, but she's going full throttle with this.
I got about a minute left. Even for Neil Cavuto, the Trump economy has, I think we'd all agree, stayed remarkably strong. What do you think the economic impact of all the Warren tax hikes, including these ones, and all the new regulations? What do you think the economic impact would be?
These aren't just tax hikes. These are gargantuan tax hikes. The notion that you could get that revenue and then not expect an economic impact. I know what she's talking about, saving when it comes to our healthcare system, and that will produce some new burgeoning activity in the economy. It's not been borne out in prior chances here. The fact of the matter is, say whatever you will about the president lowering taxes, cutting regulations, that has streamlined the country to the degree now that businesses are firing on all cylinders, maybe not as robustly as they were a little more than a year ago, but most of the earnings that I see, most of the telegraphing, even with their trade worries that I see, are indicating much better than thought. And all those gains, cutting the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%. In this plan with Elizabeth Warren, it would go back up to 35%. There's got to be a reverse impact of that. So we'll see what happens.
View this as kind of a warm-up for your 4 o'clock show. Neil, thank you.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much.
Good to be with you.